Hello, I'm Dr. Joel Ramirez, and this is Courtney Berzuk, and I'm a recent graduate of the Alzheimer Society's research program for doctoral funding. I'm now a postdoc at the Sunnybrook Research Institute's Brain Sciences program under Dr. Sandra Black, and this video blog is actually a really great opportunity for me to talk about an open access publication of mine that came about from the Alzheimer Society's funding of my PhD work. Open access publications are readily available publications that are available to the general public without any restrictions, which is really important if we as a society want to work together towards finding a cure for Alzheimer's and dementia. So the paper that I'm going to be talking about is called Subcortical Hyperintensity Volumetrics in Alzheimer's Disease and Normal Elderly in the Sunnybrook Dementia Study. Which sounds really complicated, but basically what we did is we took MRI scans of the elderly with and without Alzheimer's, and we looked at signs of small vessel disease in their brain. These hyperintensities, they're called subcortical hyperintensities, and they're bright spots on MRI. These are examples of small vessel disease in the brain. And it's this type of vascular injury that we're looking at. Another example are these dark spots called lacunes, and these are commonly thought of as silent strokes in the brain. So what we did is we took these signs of small vessel disease and we correlated them with functioning such as memory and speed of mental processing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to pass you over to Alicia McNeely, who's going to talk a little bit about how we obtain this information from brain MRI scans.
We examined the difference in brain volumetrics between 265 Alzheimer's disease patients and 100 normal elderly controls from the Sunnybrook Dementia Study. We quantified regional tissues and lesion types using our semi-automatic in-house software called Lesion Explorer. This method is individualized and allows us to accurately measure normal-appearing regional brain tissues, including gray matter, white matter, ventricular and sulcal CSF, as well as lesion volumes, including silent strokes and other signs of small vessel disease.
Thanks, Alicia. So after doing all of that, what we found was that the Alzheimer's disease patients had less brain overall. They had less gray matter, less white matter, but most importantly, they had more signs of small vessel disease and silent strokes than their healthy elderly counterparts. We also found that signs of small vessel disease around the medial middle frontal part of the brain was correlated with executive function. Signs of small vessel disease around the ventricles of the brain was correlated with speed of mental processing, and those found in the left temporal part of the brain was correlated with memory. So what does all this mean? Well, the main point of this paper was to show that people living with Alzheimer's disease are also likely to be living with small vessel disease as well. And where the small vessel disease manifests itself in the brain is probably contributing to the dementia. You can read more about this on the Alzheimer's Society's website, but for now, I'd like to thank Alicia McNeely for going over the methods with you, and Courtney Berzuk for helping us out with the images, and most of all, the Alzheimer's Society for contributing to my PhD work and their ongoing efforts towards eradicating dementia from our society today.